In order to be a source of pleasure, we need to know how to source pleasure by our very own hands and our very own skin. You might not know this, but Lawrence is actually one of the greatest lovers alive on the planet right now. And what I wanted to ask him is about what you've noticed about women that you've been lovers with and their relationship to self-pleasure. Because I don't think this is something we talk about very much.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not because there's so much misinformation out there. And it is amazing how many women I have worked with, met, talked to, who have never or seldom self-pleasure. Like, it's the most amazing thing. So the reason we do that is because we find ourselves in these cultures where pleasure is a bad thing. And the problem with that is, as a lover, it creates two big issues. One is the issue of, am I waiting sort of for this magical knight in shining armor with
Don
the key?
Juan, liberate my pussy, Don Juan.
Exactly.
Just bring me pleasure.
And you know, you wait for that, and of course you'll wait your whole life.
Don Juan isn't real.
Yeah, it's a great story. It's a great metaphor because Don Juan is you.
You are Don Juan!
You are Don Juan. And these little fingers and the toys and the beautiful things that we have access to are you learning how to discover your pleasure, your self-pleasure. And the greatest lovers I have ever been with, they have all known the power of pleasure and the power of self-pleasure to learn ways to touch and feel and connect with themselves. And then they can use their voice and say, yeah, oh, I like this. No, this would feel really good. Like, in other words, creating a context where I'm able to speak what I want instead of waiting for the little tooth fairy to come and magically put things in place.
Whoa.
Spoiler alert.
Wait. So you're saying that you like it when a woman knows her body enough to ask for what she wants?
I am so saying that.
Wait. I thought that it would totally make you feel like less of a man. If I tell you what I want in the bedroom, wouldn't that emasculate you, make you feel like less of a man? This is the kind of stuff I hear women scared about.
Right, and they're afraid of that because we've been set up in a paradigm where that is what happens. If I ask for what I want, then you will be hurt by that.
But that's not true.
It's totally
Has
not
that
true.
ever happened to you? Where you've been upset by a woman expressing her desire, telling you what she wants? No, because that expression, that communication gets us out of that problem of mind reading. Right. And so the mind, like, we get this sense that, like, we should magically fall off the truck and be incredible lovers. And that it really is a skill that has to be learned. And one of the ways you learn is by listening to your partner. Not only the verbal signals, but also the subtle signals. But verbal skills are what make the difference. Because then you know, I like it when you touch me in this way. And it's like, oh, awesome. You just helped me understand your body. And isn't that the point of being with somebody, is to share pleasure? So words to me are like refining our ability, our palette, where we can communicate about the things, the types of touch we love. And I love hearing that because my framework is, I'm sorry to say this, I am not a mind reader. For real. So what that means is that I am very reliant on words and subtle cues, as well as, like, sometimes maybe you can't speak. Maybe you're so feeling so much sensation that you can't speak, right? But then you could just say, hey, yeah, and you can direct this hand and use direction and all of this can be taken as
a positive because that's what it is.
You know who are really good at this? Cats are really good at this.
Yes.
Cats do not put up with touch that they don't like.
That's true.
They make it clear. They put their butt up when they want to be touched there. They'll just straight up walk away if they're not liking the energy or the touch or the attention they're getting. So you can even, if it's helpful for you, even imagine getting into your inner cat.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagining that you're a cat and there's not this very human thing about being concerned about the feelings and hurting feelings and this and that. And it's like, no, this is really animal stuff. Like, what's it like to be a kitty and just to go lean into the pleasure or move away from what's not pleasurable, and to be able to communicate that with purrs, which would be pleasure sounds. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's so many ways to communicate this. But what I'm really getting, which is powerful to hear a man say this, and not just any man, a man who has been with some incredible women. He really knows his stuff. What I'm hearing from you is that not only is it a turn on when your lovers know how to self-pleasure, but it's an essential piece in them having the voice and the confidence to voice what they want in the bedroom.
Yes, it's 100%. So that so basically the idea is you change the frame from the power is out there somewhere and I'm waiting for that magical thing to happen to, oh, wait a minute, the power is in me, which it is, and that I am learning me, and through learning me, I now have tools and understandings, and how else are you going to understand what you like and what you don't like? That's the great, that's what's so amazing about taking the power of self-pleasure, putting it into you, because that's where it lives, and then experiencing that, and then learning again to use your voice. Now, we've talked a lot about this. This is one of those things, if this is the first time you're hearing this, welcome to a new world. So thank you for joining us today, because this is, I have to say, this is probably one of the most important.
It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important. And I want to thank you for just the wisdom that you carry, and it's valuable, because here we are, often a lot of the conversations here are among women, and it's really valuable to hear a man chime in and say, oh yeah, like, it's great for you, and it's great for us.
Yeah,
like, it's good for you, and it's also good for the men in your life.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's so good. Now, I'm going to say one other little secret tip before we say goodbye. This is just a little secret tip for those of you that are still watching. Have the conversation about using your voice before you get in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So pre-frame that conversation and say, hey, I love my body, I self-pleasure a lot, and I'm going to give you guidance, and please take that as things that are here to help us both deepen into our pleasure.
Yeah.
In other words, the framing of the words is so important. So that
and this is a whole topic
in and of
itself, and we'll have more about this. And what that also does is when you pre-frame it and you establish that you're going to be using your voice, it creates an invitation for your partner to do the same with you. Because that's a whole other thing, is to start training each other and to training our partners so that they also can speak what they desire. But it all starts with you.
It all starts with you.